Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. Did you know that this is one of the fastest growing channels on YouTube? That's right, we've been doing this for 4 months now. If you go back to day one, I couldn't see doing 3 videos, let alone 4 months worth of videos, but we just keep going. We've got 121 videos out there. In the last 4 months, we have 59,000 subscribers to this channel. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm so excited. I can't believe I have so much support. I am so thankful for all of you, and I just want to express my appreciation. You know, I was reading through some emails that were sent to me by some of you, and it seemed like a primary topic that's coming up is, Doug, do you have any ideas about saving money? I picked an arbitrary number of $10,000, and I said, how would we save $10,000? What are some ideas around building a savings account? Because, you know, for many people, saving is a huge financial goal. It's a part of financial fitness, and any financial program that teaches you financial literacy, one of the focal points will be saving money. Because having extra money set aside can help you feel more prepared for when life happens, right? And we want to use that savings rather than tapping into a credit card that's inevitably going to make things cost exponentially more and can facilitate some frustration and also some challenges financially in our lives down the road if we rely on credit cards for anything other than absolute emergencies. So we're trying to save. But I know that saving can feel challenging, especially when everyday life seems to cost more and more each year, right? Inflation, everything's more expensive. My wife came to me about groceries the other day and she said, you know, look at the prices of some of these primary items that we buy. They've increased so much over the last year. And I thought that was really interesting, but you know, I guess it's just the way things work. You know, and you're not alone if you struggle to stay motivated to save, you know, but it may be time to consider what strategies will help you be more successful along the way. So I'm going to outline some strategies which could help you reach a $10,000 savings goal sooner. Okay? And you know, and one of the first things I think that's very important is you need to pay yourself first. You know, many people struggle to reach their savings goals because they use up the funds in their checking account before they even realize it, right? And then there's no extra money left over to save. Now, one thing you can do to ensure you stay on top of your savings goal is to pay yourself first. Every time you get paid, immediately transfer money to your savings account. And when you pay yourself first, you're unable to spend it all before it reaches your savings account, right? So most banks, and we live in an electronic age, right? It is 2023. Most banks allow you to set up a recurring transfer. So I recommend, if you have a set schedule of days that you get paid on, usually every 2 weeks, right? Set up a recurring transfer of around 10% of what you've gotten paid into your savings account, and then make a deal with yourself. I'm not going to touch that money. And you know what? If it's being automatically transferred over into your savings account, it's going to save you a lot of time. I'm going to give you a little tool, and this is something I'm aware of. I'm not recommending this company, but it's something that I know that's out there. My kids use it, and it actually works, and that's using Acorns. Acorns will allow you to actually set up a bank account, but what they will do is connect to your bank account, and based on every purchase that you make, they'll transfer a roundup sum. So let's say you made a 90-cent purchase. They'll round it up to the nearest dollar, and they'll take that 10 cents and they'll automatically put it into an investment account for you. So that's another way you can do things. And if you use their banking account solutions, they also allow you, like most banks do, to transfer a set amount on a recurring basis into a savings account that's interest bearing. So you want to make sure that you actually utilize technology for your benefit and pay yourself first. You're worth it. You earned this money. It should be for you. And when an emergency comes up, you want to be able to facilitate the right activity. And sometimes it costs money to fix things, right? So pay yourself first. Now, the second thing I recommend is focusing on smaller goals. Now, a significant savings goal can feel overwhelming. For a lot of people, $10,000 is a lot of money, right? So, actually, no matter where you are, breaking your savings account into smaller and more manageable goals can help it feel more achievable. And there are many ways to do this. You just need to choose the method that works for you. Now, you could save your money on a bi-weekly basis by transferring a recurring amount into a savings account. Some other goals that you could consider are, instead of focusing on the actual $10,000 amount, maybe you might want to focus on saving $2,500 every quarter, or $833.34 every month, or how about $384.62 every 2 weeks? Or how about $192.31 a week? We can keep breaking this down. You could even break it down into a daily amount that you want to save if you want. But you know what? If you skip the Starbucks, you don't go out and blow a bunch of money at the bar on the weekends, you'll be surprised at how reallocating those funds from things such as that to an actual savings account, it can add up quickly. Now, I'm not putting down going out to the bar. I understand we want to go out and socialize and all that. I'm just talking about making better, healthier choices and how those can actually impact your overall financial situation. I mean, you'd be surprised how much money you're probably spending going out to eat, doing all these other things. If you were to reallocate your funds to saving rather than, going out and making somebody else wealthy by putting money in their bank account because they own the restaurant you were just at, or going out and spending $300 for what you could probably buy it for $20 at a liquor store. It's just those things like that are really small changes. They can make a huge difference. But what I want to focus on here is breaking up your larger goal into smaller, more palatable amounts, and then figuring out with your budget how you can reach those smaller goals in order to attain a larger goal, right? It's easy. We're doing this with our life goals now. We can also do that with our finances as well. You see, these tools I'm giving you are not just for your life to make that better and make everything great for you. These are tools which transcend all aspects of your life, finances, everything. So use these tools for your day-to-day activities, and this will help you ensure success as you move forward, okay? Now, I talked about automating your savings. I think that's something I just want to focus on a little bit. Many people struggle to save because they forget, right? Sometimes you get paid and, hey, I got all these things I need to do, and then it ends up, hey, the bank account's empty and I forgot to save. And it can be easy to neglect your personal finance goals when life gets busy, right? So if you're hoping to save $10,000, you may want to consider automating your savings. Now, you can set up automatic transfers so money is transferred from your checking account to your savings account regularly, right? And doing this will save you time, it'll eliminate that forgetfulness, and it'll help you stay on track so you don't fall behind. And I've just given you a few options for automating your savings. Remember, most banks will let you set up a recurring transfer, so it's not a problem. It's something really easy to do. And then you'll have that money in savings for when you need it, right? Now, you need to also think about this. I don't know if many people do this, but when you get a deal, pay yourself. Think about this. If you're working hard to increase your savings account, you may be looking at ways to save money on everyday expenses, right? So shopping on sale items at the grocery store, or trying to lower your home internet bill are a couple examples of how you can get a deal. So when you get a deal, take the money you've saved, continue to pay the same amount every month, but take the money that you've saved by getting a deal and put that money into savings. I think that's a great idea. You can take these savings opportunities one step further by immediately paying yourself every single time you get a discount. You buy something on sale, what was it, 20% off? You know what, take the 20% you saved, put it into your savings account. You go out and you go to the grocery store and you use coupons, which are a good idea to use. There are online apps that'll provide you with coupons, or you can clip them from periodicals. And if that's the case, every time you save 20 cents, 30 cents here, take that money and keep track of it, then put it into your savings account. This will add up, and you're going to be surprised at how fast it adds up. I know it sounds like just small amounts, but I'm telling you what, over the course of time, those small amounts can add up to some really big dollars. And it's just an idea I wanted to throw out there for you. Take advantage of it, though, because I think it'll work well for you. Now, reward yourself for your continued efforts. Now, when you're working on a savings goal, avoid overspending on unnecessary purchases. Can be a benefit because it'll free up money that you can save, right? Now, but it doesn't mean you have to deprive yourself of fun. I think for some, gamifying a savings process can be helpful. Now, if you need help staying motivated, find a way to make the process more fun by rewarding yourself with treats throughout your journey. Now, you don't have to spend money. It can be as simple as giving yourself extra time to enjoy a hobby, when you hit a goal. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to go out and have a fantastic dinner or, take a trip or anything like that because you've saved a bunch of money. Give yourself little rewards. Say, hey, look, I just hit my goal. Tonight I'm going to make myself something really nice. Go to the grocery store, buy all the ingredients. Don't go out. Don't order out. After you go to the grocery, and first thing I would do and what we do in our house, go online, find an amazing recipe that really appeals to you. Write down the ingredients for that recipe. Go to the grocery store, and this is your victory shopping event, right? So you go to your grocery store, buy the ingredients, bring it home, make yourself your meal. It's so much fun, when you have a chance to try a new recipe. You can make yourself a great meal with some good ingredients, some really good ingredients that you can get at the grocery store, and then sit down and watch a movie. Watch a free movie online or watch your favorite TV show. Give yourself 30 to 60 minutes to sit down and enjoy this great food that you just made as a celebration, and give yourself some time to relax, because you know what? You're achieving your goals, you're achieving your dreams, and you deserve to have a little celebration, and that's perfectly fine. Or, you know what? Go out and have a scoop of ice cream at your favorite ice cream shop. It's an affordable way to reward yourself for your progress. Ice cream's not that expensive, and that's something fun to do. Or maybe take your spouse and your kids and go out and celebrate together. That's even really fun. Take a walk to the grocery store. That gives you a chance to talk about, what you've done, and, you get kind of pumped up about the celebration that you're having. Go and have some ice cream, take a walk back home, go to bed early and wake up the next morning and take on the day. I'm telling you what. But you just want to make sure that you're rewarding yourself regularly for what you're doing, because saving money at times can be a sacrifice, and it can also be a change in our lifestyle. You may be accustomed to just going out and spending like crazy and then worrying about it later. But when we're trying to save money, we need to take take a different approach, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it can be a change in the way that we approach our lives. It can be a lifestyle change. You're not necessarily lowering your standard. What you're doing for yourself is you're raising your future expectation. You're raising where you're going to be later in life. Because you know what? Here's the deal. If an emergency comes up and you don't have the money to pay for it, things are going to go way down here, right? But if you save money and have the ability to exert the expense should it come up, given an emergency, maybe you need new tires, maybe there's a car repair. But when you have the ability to handle those things, it won't impede your life. It'll raise your standard at that point in time. Because I tell you what, car repairs at time can lower your standard, because now you don't have a car, your job is dependent on you utilizing a car for transportation on a daily basis. You got to go grocery shopping, kids need to go places that, like sporting events or whatever it might be. But if you have the ability to meet those circumstances when they come along and give the financial expenditure that allows you to get beyond that roadblock, I'm telling you what, it'll raise all your standards over the long run, okay? So you just want to make sure that you're doing some saving, and I'll tell you what, also, don't ever give up. What don't we do? We never quit. What's the difference between people who succeed and don't succeed? People who don't succeed quit. We're not quitters and we don't quit, right? We keep pushing forward. That's why I believe in you so much. And I think you're so amazing because you don't quit. You keep pushing forward. And if you have a big savings goal of, say, $10,000, it takes dedication to prioritize your finances. And, you're already making great strides by establishing the goal in the first place. But now you have to believe that you can do it. And by utilizing some of these techniques that I've mentioned, you're going to reach that goal sooner than you realize. And no matter how long it takes to save, say, $10,000, if that's your goal, be sure to thank yourself for putting in the work, because you know what? Your hard work deserves acknowledgement. And I'll be the first one to tell you that you're amazing, you're incredible, that I believe in you. And I tell you what, I know if anybody can do it, you can. You know why? Because you're worth it. You can do this. So set a savings goal. It can be $10,000, it can be $5,000. Hey, your goal might be to save $100 and have $100 in your savings account. You know what? Congratulations. That's awesome. That's a great goal. Whatever you're capable of doing anything at all is better than doing nothing. Saving $5 a week is better than saving $0 a week. So you know what? If you can do anything, and I think we can all do at least a little something, try to save money if you can. It's going to make things easier for you as you go on. And you know what? It'll come up where you're going to have some challenges psychologically, where when you have a big nest egg, it's easy for our brains to say, hey, I have all this money over here on the side, so I'm just going to go ahead and spend this, and I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and I deserve this treat. We have to be vigilant, and we have to take care that when we save money, we only utilize that money for a specific emergency circumstance. I'm going to recommend you actually sit down with your black book, give yourself a few minutes, and I want you to make a contract with yourself. I want you to write emergency funds, and then below that, I want you to list the individual circumstances where you feel, and you've agreed with your family, that it would be okay to dip into that emergency fund. And then you know what? When life comes up or things come up, if they're not in that list, we don't touch the emergency fund. We say, hey, you know what? This isn't an opportunity we're going to be able to take advantage of right now, but down the road, we can save more and more. And, we can change these rules around, what's considered an emergency for our family and what allows us to touch that money. But if it's not within the set structure of rules that we've identified with our loved ones that are okay for us to touch our emergency fund, we leave that money be. Regardless of what comes up, whatever pleasures we want to indulge in, we want to make sure that we hold up and we only touch that money when? That's right, in the case of an emergency. Otherwise, we'll just hold up, you know what? And we're doing great. We have other goals we're working on. This is just one goal that's going to allow us to attain the success and the quality of life that we want long term, right? You know what? I believe in you, friends. I care about you so much, and I just want to see you be successful. So give some of these things a try. Set up some automated recurring transfers from your checking account to your savings. Consider using some sort of an online app to do some small investments into an investment account, maybe something like Acorns. I know I mentioned them a lot, but it's really the only one that I'm familiar with. To the extent that I feel comfortable recommending it to you. Otherwise, if I don't feel comfortable or don't know something specific about an application or some sort of a product, I'm not going to recommend it to you because I'm not here to sell anything. I'm just here to make sure that your life is better, that you have the ability to set goals and move forward and be successful. Hey, listen, all 59,000 of you, thank you. Please share my videos on your social media media channels so we can grow this even bigger. You know, my goal, my dream was always 100,000 subscribers. That's my goal. That's my dream. Maybe you can help me get there by sharing my videos. I would really appreciate it. Listen, I care about you. I think you're amazing. I'm going to be back tomorrow with some more great stuff. Tomorrow, I think we're going to continue this financial conversation. I'm going to talk to you about some side hustles, about some ideas around how you can make some additional money. And you know what? I think that'll help your savings goals too. I want you to have all the money you could ever possibly want. And you know what? Here's the deal. There's no difference between you and a billionaire. You're using the same faculties. You're using the same type of biological structure. The only difference is the information they have, and that's the information I want you to have. Because you know what? You're smart. You put the right information into the supercomputer, and you can get the right results that are appropriate for your life. Have a great day, friends. I'll be back tomorrow. Take care.